The scammers found their way in the art world, y'all, and they have been here for quite some time. So we're definitely going to talk about that. This is a first part video. Now, before you go and watch it, I'm going to ask you to subscribe, like, and hit that share button. There's always an artist near you. Okay, let's start this. Got a lot to talk about. It is at an all time high. I do not know what is going on, but the scammers are scamming and they are doing their job. They are trying to get in our pockets. They have found their way into the art world. And we already know a lot of stories, instances, situations, unfortunate activities, ambiguous activities that have taken place within the art world. Now, this is not to describe whether there are scams in the art world and in what particular level they are. There are different levels. The one that I am talking about is directed to the artist. You and me. All right? You and me. And of course, we have all dealt with very sketchy accounts that all of a sudden, out of nowhere, pop up and ask for the most outrageous things. However, now they are becoming better and better and better. And I thought this would be a great opportunity for you to show you a couple of examples, two of which one really, it just blew my wig off. I ain't wearing wigs like that. All right? Your girl is all natural. Okay? No hate to the people that are wearing some enhancements. But your girl is all natural and still blew off my wig. Right? My imaginary, figurative wig. This is something that needs to be addressed, and this is something that needs to be discussed amongst ourselves as artists because, listen, most of us do not get the opportunity to collaborate with art galleries, with art representatives. And being in one of those spaces is still to be seen as something that is a great accomplishment. It's a great way to sell your work, to come in contact with an audience that will buy your work, and it elevates it for you to the next level, whatever that might be for yourself. So I myself, I never have been against art galleries. I am an independent artist. And at the same time, I'm not against art galleries because I do recognize the great advantages that they have. I do recognize that it's great to talk to art consultants, art advisors, people that have been in the game for quite some time. They have, you know, definitely moved the needle in their field and therefore have the knowledge, the insight, the perspective that can help you further in your career. I'm a huge, huge advocate for that as well. Because as an artist, you are mostly focused on the creation of art, the creation, just the creation of it. All right? You are focused on that. You are not focused all the time on looking at it as a business. I still discover that very few artists are really focused on themselves as being a business. And you already know if you're on this platform, you follow me and you watch my videos, I always say you are a business. Yes, you're an artist, but you're also a business. So having that in your corner, having people that have knowledge, have perspective, have know-how, they know what is going on, and you get advice from them. It's so valuable. It's the biggest gem that you can have. And you want to cherish that as well, right? You don't want to be wandering around in the art world not knowing what it is that you do, unless that is that's your intention. I hope not, because this might not be the channel for you, baby. No, we work with intentions over here. We definitely do. So if that is your intention, I don't know if this is going to help you, but if you like watching, hey, you're more than welcome. I'm not going to shun this away from you. You know, that's not the case. But it's not the intention that I have for the video. It is definitely for people that want to have a certain direction in their career. They want to develop themselves as professional artists, and you want to make this your life. This is your lifestyle. This is your living, and not just surviving. All right, we are not in that space. We don't do that over here. Okay, we don't do that over here. But it's getting out of hand. I don't know if you have noticed it, but on social media, I see a lot of these art consultants, art advisors, art fairs, art magazines, art publications, art galleries, vanity galleries that pop up and are just bombarding my screen for we can help you with your, the trajectory of your business, how you develop yourself as an artist. We can consult you. We can be the platform where you can find buyers guaranteed, this, that, and the third, and the fourth, and the fifth, and so on and so on. And it's alarming to me. It's very alarming to me for a couple of reasons, which I will discuss later on in the video. So stick around why this is very concerning to me and why you as an artist should, I wouldn't say you don't have to have some sort of sarcasm. I'm a naturally sarcastic person. Do be like me. Don't do as I do. Do as I say. But I'm a naturally sarcastic person. I can be pretty, I have a natural suspicion about things and people, right? You are guilty until proven innocent. Okay? You are guilty until proven innocent. Not with everything, but when it comes to these type of situations, I'm definitely very cautious because one, it always concerns an investment that you have to make, which is interesting. It always involves an investment that you have to make. You have to pay for something. Now, that is not alarming. It's not alarming that you have to pay for something. Listen, if you are using services, then yeah, you have to pay for something. That information is not for free. That service is not for free. But I find it very interesting that artists are now being targeted as being customers to get to a very specific audience, right? Buyers, collectors, not even knowing what the artist is about, not even knowing what the art practice is about. And that is alarming to me. I find that concerning. And you should find it concerning as well. Now, let me get into two examples that I will show to you in which not that I'm being scammed because nothing has happened, but the process of being scammed is definitely going on. They were busy trying to scare me. And let me tell you something. One thing you're not going to do is peel my money out of my purse because I will drop kick you to the next dimension. I work way too hard for my money to allow people just to play with it. All right? I work way too hard to let people play with it. And you should have that attitude as well. Don't let people play with your money. This is something that you have worked hard for. You invest a lot into your business. How? Maybe you pay studio rent. You buy materials. You put in time. You have creative and artistic intelligence and property over your work. You go and network. Listen, these are all investments that don't come for free, right? So when you are being approached on the social media streets by these dodgy vagabonds, like I like to call them, these dodgy vagabonds, please do not let yourself be overwhelmed by the possibility that it could work out for you. All right? And it always starts with this. If it's too good to be true, it is too good to be true. All right? If it sounds too good to be true, it's too good to be true. If it looks like it's too good to be true, it's too good to be true. If it reads as if it's too good to be true, it's too good to be true. People, please keep that in mind, right? So one, it always involves an investment. Number two, if it's too good to be true, It is. You're not the exception. You're not. I'm not. You're not. Scamming is at an all time high. So please pay attention to that. One of the scams that are now going really rampant is the NFT collector, the NFT buyer, the so called NFT buyer or collector that wants to buy your art and offers you to sell it to them as a non fungible token. That is basically the meaning of the acronym NFT. So, an NFT is a digital asset. You are the rightful owner of it when you publicize that on in the crypto space, and you can also trade in it. Now, the beauty of an NFT is that it's so unique. It's unique. You have the right till forever. Let's just say ever. You are the rightful owner of it. There can no copies cannot be made from this. There are no duplicates, which is different from trading in the physicality of artworks, right? You still can own an artwork, but the moment that you sell the object, you are no longer the owner of the artwork. You are the creator of the artwork. Now, that's different with NFTs, and that's why it's such a great option for artists to look into. But and however, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about how and what NFTs are. I'm talking about the scam when it involves an NFT collector or an NFT buyer that approaches you. And they do that a lot on Facebook. Like recently, I had to block numerous comments of so called NFT collectors and buyers because they want to buy your work in NFTs. And it's annoying. All right? It's a pain in the butt. It's annoying, no pun intended, because I know that my tuckus is now on the screen, but no pun intended. No pun intended here. It is extremely annoying to have to block people and to remove comments. It's extremely annoying to have them in your DMs. It's extremely annoying to remove them as followers. It's so dodgy and it's so past it. I know people that just don't even try to, they just leave it. They are like, I'm not even gonna bother. I already know this is not something real. But just for the purpose of the video, I decided to record one if I would ever meet one again. And very soon after having that thought, an NFT collector applied itself in my DMs. They slid into the DMs wanting to buy my work. So here is a screenshot I made of the conversation, and I really want you to pay attention to it. If you need to pause the video, do so. All right? I definitely try to really take my time to do it as calmly as possible so that you can really follow it. But here's an example of a so-called NFT buyer. They always go with these dodgy usernames. That is already a red flag number one. Okay? Now, what I do is look at the followers. Most of the time, you will see a number of followers just to not create the suspicion that they are not into art. If you look at on their feed, you will also maybe find here and there a couple of photos of their personal life, maybe their private life. Well, here you didn't see that much, which is also dodgy. It could not really say anything. I mean, okay, but to me, that is dodgy. Is dodgy. Most people that have little content tend to put their account on private. But here, as you can see, I went a step further. I went to the followers, and what you can also see here is there are a lot of photos posted back to back to back, no caption, just no sense of logic. So that should be not red flag number one. So they will contact you, they are interested, they want to buy something. And the first thing that I do is, well, okay, I announce that it's also possible to go to my website. Oh, no, that's not possible. I want to pay with NFT. I want to pay right away with cash. Again, if you want to read it, you can pause it, right? You can read the whole conversation. And in this particular example, I asked the person, well, show me a couple of paintings that you would like to have. And I also mention a price that is attached to the painting. And of course, nothing is Impossible. Everything is possible. Yes, I will pay for it. Yes, I would like to have these paintings. Do you send it international? Yes, no problem, no problem. Baby, there's never a problem. There is never a problem when it comes to these people. But the way that they go to work, the way that they work is as following. They will send you a request through PayPal. So they want your PayPal account so that they can send you a request to pay the money to you. Now, what they will do is they will send it to you, but as you can see in the conversation, they will also ask you to pay a fee because they have to send the money to you. Now, let me make it clear, not ever, not ever, not ever do you have to pay a fee when somebody sends you money. Ever. So what they will do is, did you get the money? Because they say they transferred the money. Now, in this particular case, they did not transfer the money. And I also told them, well, I don't see anything in the account. Of course not. You did not transfer the money. The whole purpose of it is that I have to pay money to them so that they can then send the money to me and I get my paintings. Now, if you do that, that is the moment where you are being scammed and you are being ripped off. Money will be transferred and you will never see it back. It doesn't matter what you do, you willingly, willfully went into the transaction and you will lose your money. All right? You will lose your money. You cannot go to PayPal for this because they will tell you you have to contact the person who you sent the money to first. And listen, if you're dealing with a scammer, the moment that the money hits their account, they're gone. So as you can see, this person was really getting frustrated with me because I already knew what it is that they were about. And they were getting so frustrated with me during the whole conversation. And I just tried to, keep them going, keep them going, keep them going. Because my purpose was to show you all how they go to work. So here you can see, I even sent them my handle. And I even got the proof, a so-called proof, that they sent me 6,000 euros. A so-called proof. Baby, there was nothing on that account. And I am not about to send you any money so that you can send me money. That doesn't even make sense. That doesn't even make sense. I do not have to pay anybody a fee through no online platform so that I can receive my funds for these artworks. It just doesn't make any sense. What is also very interesting is that these so-called NFT collectors and NFT buyers, they do not want to buy from your platform, from your website. As you can see, I have directed this particular vagabond to my website. Like, if you really want to pay for it, that's the only way that you're going to get the possibility to buy my work. And I say this in every type of interaction that I have with someone. This is also the reason why I don't accept payments through PayPal. Because PayPal is one of the most used platforms for scams. When people pay on your platform, i.e. your website, all funds are being checked. Right? They are being checked, they are being monitored. And that is legally an obligation of any online payment platform to do. They have to do that. They have to check the funds. They have to check where it's coming from and where it's going to. Is it legit? So that's the reason why I want, PayPal does check, the funds where they're coming from and whether they are fraudulent. But because there are so many fraudulent activities being done with PayPal, I don't use that as a payment form, a payment method on my platform, on my website. That's a decision that I've made and I will stick to that. And I will definitely not change that anytime soon. I just am not a fan of it. I will not be using that. So that's the reason why a lot of these scammers use that. It's a very easy platform. You don't really have to show your face. You don't really have to give out your personal information. You are transferring funds based on the fact that the person on the other side is a trustworthy person. And I don't know none of y'all. All right. I know none of these scammers. And I will not be, again, bamboozled with something that is just too good to be true. Of course, I want to sell my artwork, but people, not in this way. All right? And you might think, well, that is obvious. It's obvious that this is a scam. You will be surprised how many people to this day, are being scammed in this particular way. They are being scammed in this particular way. Another way that they will do this is they will tell you that they try to pay for it on your website and then offer, can I transfer it through PayPal? And they will even show you, like, oh, look, you see, I have problems with paying on your website, but is it possible for me to pay through PayPal? And a lot of artists will say, okay, you know what? Because I do want to have the funds, and this person showed themselves to be legit, I'm gonna accept it through PayPal. Wrong, 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 wrong. In my opinion, please do not do this. Do not do this. All right? If it is hard for somebody to use your platform, the online payment methods, the safest way I would say is bank transfer, because the bank will have to monitor, is going to check it, whether these are fraudulent funds. If they are not, then there is no problem, no biggie. You will receive your funds in a couple of days. But that is not happening with PayPal or other platforms like Zelle. In Europe, we do not use Zelle. We also do not use, there's another one, Cash App. We do not use Zelle. We do not use Cash App. Those platforms cannot be used to pay or receive funds from people. They are, however, used in the United States. And I think even in this conversation, one of the things that they asked was, do you have Zelle or Cash App? Are you freaking kidding me? To have this amount of 6,000 euros to be transferred through Zelle or Cash App or even PayPal? No. And again, I know that a lot of people are using this. They have no problem using this. I personally will not use PayPal to receive funds. Just read this conversation. Again, if you need to pause it, take your time. Read it. If it's too good to be true, people, it's too good to be true. All right? You never have to pay a fee to get the funds. Never. Now, I have another great example which really resembles something that happened to me the pre pandemic time. And it involves